Is the criticism that Mr. Obama is too analytical and not decisive enough, is that fair? Here to face off are nationally syndicated radio talk show host Bill Press and Republican strategist Alex Conant. Bill, you first, since the comics are taking on Obama. What about the argument that he is too analytical sometimes and not decisive enough?
You know what, David? I hate to do it. I'm going to give you a political answer: yes and no. I think on some things, he's moved very fast. I mean, look, on jobs, on the economy, he knew he had to move. He did. $787 billion stimulus bill. He said he was going to shut down Gitmo. He gave the order to do it within a year.
That hasn't happened. That hasn't happened.
No. But you know, he said he would do it in 12 months. He's been in office 10 months. Relax, Alex. Slow down. On other stuff,
but the White House is saying it's not going to happen by January.
Let me tell you.
That's why Saturday Night Live is making fun of him.
Whoa. I want to finish my answer, please.
Go ahead. No, please, go ahead.
Where I think he has not been decisive enough, I think on Don't Ask, Don't Tell, he should have signed an executive order the second day or first day in office. He doesn't have to wait for Congress. And I think on health care, he hasn't been strong enough to tell the Congress what he wants in terms of a public plan option. So some things yes, some things no. Sorry, Alex, go.
No, I actually agree with your last point that he has not shown a lot of decisiveness on the health care debate, instead letting Congress have its way and dither and not produce anything as of yet. You know, Tamron at the start of the segment pointed out that he's a professor. He's also a politician, and 9 times out of 10, President Obama is going to do the most politically expedient thing. But when there's no politically expedient option, as we've seen on things like Afghanistan or Gitmo, the wheels sort of come off the operation over at the White House there, and we don't get decisions. Instead, these issues just sort of lag, and we don't know what the president thinks. We don't know where he's going because he hasn't made a decision.
Well, you know, on that one, I have to tell you, I think we had a choice last November between somebody who would rush us into war and somebody who would take his time and avoid war if possible. This is probably the most important decision any president makes. It certainly is, to send American troops into harm's way. I think it's worth taking your time, and I think that's what the American people want. He's had 4 meetings, Alex. He has another one scheduled tomorrow. He's going to take his time to make a very thoughtful decision. Good for him.
And I don't fault him for taking a lot of time to think about the decision, but I'm sure that over the last 3 months, he's spent considerably more time giving speeches about health care and whatever else, instead of contemplating what he's going to do with this huge issue, probably the biggest issue on his agenda right now, the war in Afghanistan.
Alex,
meeting with his advisors. He only met with his commander in Afghanistan once.
That's a cheap shot. He just got the recommendation from a crystal 2 weeks ago.
But Alex, hang on, Bill, because I've got a question regarding that, Alex. A lot of people have been bringing that up. A lot of Republicans have said that regarding Afghanistan. But over the 8 years, the Republican Party, were they thinking with their heads or their guts because it was the ignored war? What were the Republicans thinking on this, as you pointed out, very important issue?
Well, look, we are where we are, and we need to debate.
No, we're not where we are. Those soldiers are where they are. You and I are on TV. Yeah. We are where we are. Those soldiers are there, and they say, in many accounts, they feel ignored, that it was the forgotten war. So we are on TV. What about those troops? And what about those 8 years?
And we are on TV, and I don't think anyone's going to disagree, including Republicans, that mistakes were made in Afghanistan and mistakes were made in Iraq. But we are where we are now, and we should spend this time debating where we are going to go in the future. That is a debate that the President of the United States needs to lead, and he has not. Instead, he's been giving speeches about other issues.
No, wait a minute. That's what the President is leading. May I point out again, I was at the White House today. They have had 4 meetings so far, 3 hours each in the Situation Room. They have another one tomorrow. The generals are on the video conference from Afghanistan. All the other leaders are around the table. Robert Gates, who was George Bush's defense secretary, said the other day, we're going to get our strategy first, and this is the first time since the 80s that we've had a strategy for Afghanistan. You guys had a chance, and you were asleep at the switch. You did nothing.
Well, that is
but
a debate for another day. We're not going to go down that road. Bill Press and Alex Conant, thank you both so much for coming in. Great debate. We appreciate it. And Tamron, you know, there is